How you doing, guys? It's Richie. The Blood Brothers Mother. This is from this new company, Distillery, and we have Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. So this is like a magazine-sized comic book, and I've been buying this type of books lately. I was never really a magazine guy except for heavy metal and maybe some Eries. But the format's starting to grow on me. I like the bigger artwork. I've read some Brian Azzarello. I'm not sure what I've read with Eduardo Risso. So this isn't a superhero comic. It's not a horror, or at least not yet. It hasn't turned that way. But it's a Western. And it seems to be a tale of revenge. I believe it's up to issue number 4. I only have 1, 2, and 3. I haven't read 3 yet. So, issue number 1 starts off before my story. Now this, I guess it's told in one of the, there's 3 kids, 3 brothers. And this is the tale of what had happened to them, and it's kind of a tale of revenge. So it starts off in a Mexican prison with this guy. They're shocked he made it out alive. You know, this is, I like this art. I don't know if this is like a watercolor. It looks like a watercolor, but who knows? It might be colored digitally, and I'm not sure how it's done. I would love to know, though. So this guy's getting out of prison. I think he's been in there 5 years in a Mexican prison. What happened to your face, the guy says to him. So he got some scars on his face. So right away, this guy who was just let out of prison is looking for his wife. And she seems to have moved on. So the guys reluctantly take him to them. And over here, this was a crazy part. They go up and I guess they rob these people, part of this gang. And the guy who's out of prison, he starts drinking, he's walking around, he's looking. And he sees how they like butchered these people. You know, killed the dogs, killed the kids, killed everything. Looked like, eesh, I think they might still be alive. But he kills them all. I guess to get them out of their misery. So he goes back to the campfire and kills everybody that was involved in it. Now, this is great. I like this, man. It's almost like a crime, not noir, but set in the Western times. And I'm a huge fan of Clint Eastwood, old spaghetti westerns, and Pale Rider, and Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and everything. Big fan. So they go looking for his wife. But first he makes a pit stop to the warden of the Mexican prison he was in. So he finds him. I guess he's in a house of ill repute. And he shoots him in between the eyes. Seems a little petty. All right, so fast forward to the to where the kids are, the narrators of the story, or who turn into the narrators. So it's 3 brothers, and they're in church, and their stepfather is a preacher. Man, I love this watercolor. If it's watercolor, I really like it. It's got a different look to it. I have 100 Bullets. I haven't read it. I have the 2 omnibus. I heard that was excellent, but I've had them for quite a while too when they first came out, and I just never got into them yet. So the one kid's cruel, the one older brother, you know, You know how older brothers can be. I had an older brother. And they're sitting around the dinner table. And something's not right, and the kid looks out the window and he sees the three strangers coming. And she says, "John, can I help you, strangers?" And her name is Anna. So she doesn't deny it. She tells him, "Anna was my name once. Never expected to see you again, Carter." There's a rifle above the fireplace. Kid grabs it, but he falls down. Gets drawn down on by the people in his posse, I guess you would call it. And the preacher's trying to calm everybody down. He says, "Be back for you in 3 days. These folk, they mean something to you, Anna. I get that because you mean something to me. So say your goodbyes. Be back in 3 days." But he doesn't wait 3 days. Maybe 3 hours. Or not even. As soon as they all go to bed, they all come back. And the kids are scared. But he said you wouldn't be back for 3 days. Well, he changed his mind. So the preacher's got preacher gets shot in bed because he's armed. That's a crazy panel. Poor guy. Never stood a chance. She drops her ring right in front of the preacher. And he's begging, saying the Lord will forgive you if you leave now. Ain't his forgiveness I'm interested in. Well, I never will. Never ain't so long. And the kids are in the back room, and they come out finally. And everybody's gone. That's odd, right? Mother just leaving her kids. This is my story. The Reverend would be ashamed. So they hung him to a cross, and he died. Pretty crazy, but it's got that Western flavor, you know, that, like I said, that Clint Eastwood, for a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more type of feel to it, and I love that, man. I wish more books were like that. So the town folks are telling, "Oh, we're sorry, kids. What happened to your father? Blah, blah, blah." They buried him. And they tell the kids, "Listen, we got to give your house to another preacher. So pretty much get out." Good Christian men, you know. And he all the kids traded all their stuff for a horse. Or it looks like a donkey. And they were about to leave the little kid, the little brother, the smallest one. That's a great panel, man. He's pissed. And then he tells his brothers, "I'm scared to die alone." And of course, they couldn't leave him behind, so they took him. And then they quickly find out that life back then in the wilderness on your own wasn't so easy. So they have a man wander into their camp. And he's nice enough. He's talking to the kids. He's teaching them how to shoot, and it seems like he's all right. Until the one boy tells him that his father left him a banknote that's worth a lot of money. And so you know what happens. The guy starts getting them drunk. And he sees the one kid's passed out, and he's going through his pockets trying to get his stuff. And he points a pistol right in the kid's head. So the kids get robbed, they get tied up, they're hungover, they're throwing up. They don't know what to do. They're walking around, walking through the desert, out of water, cold at night, hot during the day. These are great. Like, that really makes it feel like it's burning over there. Like, it gives that feeling of heat. That's a great panel. Now, the buzzards are flying around them, so they know death is coming. But not too far away is an army, like a little army base. So the kids head over there. This guy tries to rob this girl or rape this girl, and he gets stabbed. And the kids are playing around on the gallows. And the army guys tell him, get the hell out of here. And then turns out they caught the guy who had robbed the kids. I guess he had robbed the horse or some other thing. Or somehow or another, he came into their custody, and the kids got lucky and got most of their stuff back. I think they got their banknote back, too. So they beat the guy up pretty good, and then they hang him like a common horse thief. They didn't mess around back in the day. You stole somebody's horse, that means, they could die if not having a horse. They're out in the woods in the desert, and horse thievery was punishable by death. Look at these purples, man. And the blues, that's a beautiful sky. There's another great panel with the fire on the bottom with the purple. That just looks really nice. Very colorful. And they're talking about vengeance and talking about their mom and their dad. Now there's bounty hunters around. And Carter, the father, starts looking for bounties. They want to make some quick money, so they want to do some bounty hunting. And he's out there with his mother, which I find odd so far in the story. Like, you would think she would be a wreck with her 3 kids left behind, but I don't know, man. I guess she's a criminal. But they're making hints like that she's absolutely evil, so maybe she just got with a preacher just to survive. So the kids are out and about again. And then they come across an Indian massacre, which is crazy. There's all people scalped, all Indians. So the army guys must have wandered into some Indian territory and just butchered everybody. Buzzards are eating the bodies already, and the kids are horrified. This is pretty graphic stuff. But there's this one woman hugging, like, it must be her child or her baby or family. And the kids come across there, and she just looks at them. And she looks pissed. And the kid's reaching for his gun, and he drops it. And it's back to the mother. They're still looking for bounties, and I guess she's going to be in on it. And they're at the campfire talking this and that. And then it turns out the bounty that they're looking at is this woman right here. So the plot is getting thicker. I enjoyed this. I'm going to read issue 3 tomorrow. Issue 4 should be coming out soon. I think it might even be out already, so I'm going to have to grab that one. Great story, great art, great colorful work. Brian Azzarello always does good work. Eduardo Risso art is on point. Cool story. Check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.